Hi, how are you today? In this video I'm going to be talking about an app that you can download and use in your iPhone. Now this is an app that many photographers might find very useful, especially if you're like me and you still shoot with old film cameras, old film SLRs. This can be a very handy app to have on your phone. And the app is called Lux, L-U-X, and you can see the icon for Lux right there, and it's really simple to use. As I mentioned in the description down below, a lot of old film cameras, they are notorious for the light meter no longer working. That's a very common thing. I have quite a collection of vintage analog cameras. And what's interesting is that with many of them, I would say at least half, maybe even 60%, the light meters just don't work anymore. Even if you buy a proper battery, certainly they don't make mercury batteries anymore, but you can buy air cells that kind of replace the mercury batteries. But even with that, a lot of the time, the old light meters simply don't work. So that's why this app called Lux can really come in handy. So I'll show you how it works. I'll just bring it up here. And basically, you have down here at the bottom your selection of different settings. So right now, it's showing aperture. And by moving back and forth, I can change the aperture. Now it's at 16, now it's at 22, and so on. I can move back and forth like so. So basically, if I'm taking a photo, let's say it's kind of foggy outside. I want to set my aperture to 5.6. So basically, up at the top, it's going to tell us what the other settings should be. So it's saying, well, if you're using 5.6, your ISO should be 1600, your f-stop should be 5.6, and you should shoot at 1/8, 1/15 of a second. And that's basically how it works. So what you tell it to do down here will dictate the numbers that it tells you up here. And again, I can choose aperture, I can choose speed, shutter speed right there, and going in this direction, I can adjust the ISO. Okay, so I've adjusted my aperture to 1.4. Let's say I'm doing some nighttime shooting, or some sort of situation where I'm dealing with very low light. So if I'm using ISO 3200 film, as we can see up here, and my aperture is set to 1.4, that means my f-stop should be f1.4, and I should be shooting at 1/250th of a second. Now if I want to change the ISO, let's see what happens. Let's say right now I'm shooting with 400 speed film. Okay. And again, as soon as I change the ISO, that will change the settings that I have up here. So ISO 400, I should shoot with f1.4, and the shutter speed should be 1/8 of a second. So that's my brief little rundown of the Lux app. Again, it's definitely worth trying out. It's totally free. There's no cost at all. And for a free light meter, it works very well. I've had very good, consistent, solid results using the Lux app. And yeah, give it a try. Especially, again, like I said, if you're someone who still uses old film cameras and the light meters don't quite work that well, and you don't have any other light meters, the Lux app will work for you very well. Leave a comment. Have you ever used the Lux app? What do you think about it? Do you think it's a good light meter app? Let us know. Give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. It's always appreciated, and it always helps my channel grow. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again next time. Take care. Bye-bye.